will say, you will come and stay. You'll be the best and a girl ever had. Dear Aunt Agnes, dear Aunt Agnes, stay. Dear Aunt Agnes, dear Aunt Agnes, stay. Dear Aunt Agnes, dear Aunt Agnes, won't you come and stay?
Oh, now that's better. Now I can see. Oh, all those hands. Look at those chairs. They must be worth a fortune.
Hi, Aunt Agnes. We're home. Anything to eat?
Can't you think of anything besides your stomach?
My stomach is very important to me.
Hello, dears.
Aunt Agnes, what are you doing?
Well, we have new neighbors moving in across the street, and they certainly have a lot of furniture. Expensive furniture.
Yeah, that's a big truck. Did you notice if there are any kids our age?
Well, as a matter of fact, there seems to be a teenage boy.
You're kidding.
Oh, goodness, look at that antique armoire.
How old?
Oh, this one's very old. Must be at least 100 years old.
The boy, Aunt Agnes.
The boy. Oh, the boy. Oh, he looks to be about, 15.
All right.
15? I thought for once we might have someone mature around here. But that's okay. I'm going to be very busy. See this?
Oh, very nice, dear.
Mrs. Lewis lent me her recipe book. Did you know that she started baking desserts out of her basement, and now she's one of the top caterers in the city? Well, if she can do it, so can I.
Oh, well, that sounds like a good idea, Alex, and it's nice to see you using your own initiative. I'd be glad to teach you how to make my very best chocolate cake.
That's okay, Aunt Agnes. I'm going to be making French desserts.
Oh, if you say so, dear.
And Agnes, I need to talk to you about a school camping trip.
Oh, look at the size of that dining room table, and all glass. Can you imagine cleaning it?
Please, Aunt Agnes, this trip is very important to me. All my friends are going.
Oh, there's the buzzer for the roast. Almost forgot about it. We'll talk after dinner, Andrew. I promise.
Okay, right after.
Here, Andrew. I'm finished with this bowl. You put it in the dishwasher now.
Great, thanks a million.
It says to cream until light and airy. Do you think this looks light and airy?
I've got more important things on my mind. I have to go on the survival trip, but how am I going to come up with the money?
Take it out of your bank account.
No way. That's my retirement fund.
Andrew, you're nuts. Voila. I can tell you one thing. Don't bother asking Dad for the money. He's got a new family now, and he just can't afford to dole it out whenever we want something.
Cut it out, Alex. It's not fair.
Life's not always fair, Andrew. You should use your own initiative, like me. I'm going to make a fortune with my pastry business. Then I'll lend you as much money as you want. I probably won't even notice it's missing.
By that time, I'll be too old to survive a survival camp.
Oh, Andrew, can you pass me the butter on the counter? I can't stop stirring. Remember, even the slightest bit of stress can cause a souffle to collapse.
Hope I'm not interrupting.
No, you're not. I'm just looking at these pamphlets for the school trip.
Survival in the wilderness. Sounds a little unpleasant, Andrew, and dangerous. Not quite like the school trips I remember.
It's not dangerous, really. Lots of kids are going, and it's being run by a great teacher, Mr. Alstrom.
Well, I still don't understand, Andrew. What exactly is it that you're going to be surviving?
You learn how to survive in the wilderness. You know, find your own food, a place to sleep. Just as if you've been lost in the woods.
You mean you don't take any food along?
No, that's the whole point. You're supposed to use your own initiative, just like you're always telling us to do.
I suppose so. It's not my idea of a vacation.
There's one other thing. It's expensive.
How expensive?
$200.
$200?
Plus, you have to supply your own gear.
Now let me get this straight, Andrew. You pay somebody $200 so that you can sleep on the cold, bare ground, eat wild berries, and fend off the wildlife?
Yeah, doesn't it sound great?
And I suppose it's important that you go on this expedition?
Very important.
Well, if you come up with half the money and the equipment, I'll come up with the other half. How does that sound?
That sounds great. I'll mow some lawns and make the money. Thank you, Aunt Agnes.
My pleasure, Andrew. Although, why you'd want to spend all this money just to survive when you could be perfectly comfortable in your own home is beyond me.
So my canoe's floating down the river, my tent's falling down, and there's this bear trying to eat all my mustard. So I grab a tin can and start beating on it as hard as I can.
Well, what did he do? Did he leave?
He left all right, but he took the pancake mix with him.
Oh, you're kidding. Hey, Andrew, look, I'd like you to meet Sean. He's just moved into the neighborhood, and I think we found a valuable new member of our survival club.
Hey, Andrew, nice to meet you.
So, are you going on the trip?
You bet. How about you?
I hope so, if I can afford it. I have to come up with half the money by the end of the month. That's a lot of lawns to mow.
That's too bad. I already have all my gear, and my dad's gonna spring for the $200. It's kind of a present from when we moved here. You know Maple Crest Avenue?
I sure do. I live on Maple Crest. Hey, you must be the new people who moved in across the street.
You probably live near that crazy old bag with the binoculars.
That's my aunt. Actually, my great aunt. She lives with us.
Tough break. This club is great. I never thought I'd meet any fellow survival types around here. Have you been on a lot of these trips?
Well, I've been on a couple of canoe trips, but never anything like this.
Aw, man, this is gonna be easy. I've done this a million times with my dad. Much harder trips.
You mean you go camping with your father?
Sure, all the time. Hey, my dad's really cool. We even belong to a wilderness club. Like I said, I own all my gear.
Boy, I can't see my dad on a camping trip.
How come?
Well, first of all, he lives in another city, and I hardly ever see him. And second of all, he is not the camping type.
Oh, yeah? Well, what type is he?
His idea of fun is going down to the market to find the freshest zucchini.
Zucchini?
He's in the restaurant business.
You mean he wears the apron around the house?
No, he owns the restaurant. He's just not interested in the outdoors.
Okay, let's get this meeting underway.
See you around.
Andrew, do you have the printout from the minutes of last week's meeting?
Yes, I do.
Please.
Really, Alex, do you have to do this right before dinner?
Yes. And Agnes, this is my first serious order, and I have to get ready.
Hi, Alex. Hi, Aunt Agnes.
Now, don't spoil your dinner, Andrew. It'll be ready in a minute.
Oh, I won't be home for dinner. I've been invited out.
Well, you could have told me a little earlier, dear. I've made a lovely stew.
I'm sorry. It's just Sean's new in school, and I told him I'd go over.
Sean Turco from across the street?
Yeah, how'd you know?
Oh, I have my sources.
He's a nice guy, Aunt Agnes, and I told him I'd go over.
Well, you be back by 10 o'clock, young man. Tonight's a school night. What about your homework?
Don't have any. See you later. Happy baking. Hi, guys.
Hey, Steve. Great. That's all I need, another assignment. Especially history.
Yeah, they're really piling it on. Been so busy studying, I haven't had time to mow any lawns. Hey, nice jacket.
It's all right. Why don't you try it on?
Okay. Always wanted a leather jacket.
You know, you look pretty good in that. Here, take a look in the mirror. Listen, I've got other jackets, so why don't you borrow it for a few days?
You sure?
Sure, I'm sure. There. That's how you wear it.
Thanks.
So, Andrew, I have a little favor to ask you.
Yeah? What is it?
Well, you know I'm not so hot in history, and I could use some help with that assignment. So I was wondering if
You
you
need
might...
some help? No problem. I'll meet you back here after class.
All right. Knew I could count on you.
Hi.
Hello, dear. Homework?
Tons.
Alex, do you know anything about this Sean Turco?
Well, he's okay for a kid. He's rich. And he's already pretty popular at school.
So far, I'm not impressed.
Come on, Aunt Agnes. Just be grateful Andrew isn't destined to be a nerd for the rest of his life.
Now, what do you mean, a nerd?
Face it. He's short, and he's into computers. That makes him a nerd. At least if he hangs around with kids like Sean Turco, some of it's bound to rub off.
I suppose so. Alex, I could use a hand folding all this laundry.
Please, Aunt Agnes, I have to finish this algebra work. Plus, I have a huge order to fill.
Dear, I wonder if you should be taking on so much. I mean, don't you have an essay to finish, too?
I'll finish it. This is important. If this business takes off, can you imagine Dad's face? By the way, Dad, I'm making a couple of grand a month with my catering business. Would you like to see my card?
Now, your dad is proud of you, with or without a catering business.
It has to work. I want to be an independent woman.
Maybe so, but getting in over your head is not the way to do it.
I'm not. Trust me.
Mm-hmm. Homework?
Yeah, sort of. I'm kind of helping a friend.
Oh, that's nice, dear.
Excuse me. Thanks.
Of course I'm gonna work hard. Listen, I'm going to the library right now to research my assignment. Okay. Yeah, thanks. See ya. Hey, how you doing?
Oh, pretty good. Here, I wrote out some suggestions for your essay. I don't know how good they are, but they're done.
Hey, great. Thanks, man. You know, you look really cool in that jacket. Anyway, guess what? Just talked to the old man, and he says he's gonna get me a dirt bike just as soon as I pull up my grades. You should see it. It's incredible.
I'll bet.
So I have a proposal for you. You do my essay, and in return, you can come with me and my dad on the next club weekend.
I don't know, Sean. I don't even have any gear for a camping trip. I told you I'm saving up.
No problem. Here. This should help you get some of the stuff you need.
I can't take your money, Sean.
Sure you can. Listen, you're providing a service, and I'm paying you for it. It's perfectly fair. Come on. Do we have a deal?
All right. We have a deal.
All right.
I really am worried about him, Dottie. Oh, I know boys his age are all a little strange, but he's just not the same old Andrew. Well, he seems to be very anxious to fit in at school, not to be seen as a nerd or a geek. Not a Greek, Dottie. He doesn't mind that at all. Nerd. No, I don't know how to spell it. Anyway, he's hanging around with this new boy across the street, and he's dying to go on some survival trip to the wilderness.
Hi, Aunt Agnes. We're home.
Oh, Dottie, I must go. They're home. I'll call you later. Of course I'll be tactful. Bye-bye.
Look at Mr. Spiff here. Can you believe it?
Pretty nice, huh?
Where did you get that jacket, Andrew?
Oh, Sean lent it to me. He has a couple of others at home.
Oh, is that so? Seems very expensive to be lending out so casually.
It wasn't so casual. It was part of a bargain. I'm helping him with his schoolwork in exchange for the jacket. In fact, I'm getting paid to look over his history essay.
Paid?
Oh, come on, Aunt Agnes. You should be pleased I'm making some money on my own.
I don't like this one little bit. I think Andrew is being taken in by that boy.
You've got it all wrong, Aunt Agnes. Andrew getting paid for helping Sean is just like me getting paid for my baking. You should be happy we're using our own initiative. Which reminds me, I have to get started in the kitchen.
Wish I'd never heard the word initiative.
Hey, Andrew. You going home?
Not yet. I have to enter some stuff for Mr. Alstrom, the Survival Club.
I'll keep you company.
Okay.
You wouldn't believe the work I have this week. That research thing in science, tons of math, and Alstrom's history test tomorrow.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great week.
I'll never get that dirt bike if I flunk a subject. My dad will kill me. Hey, Andrew. Look at this.
Yeah? So?
Come on, don't you get it? It's a history test. You know, I'll bet it's the one we're taking tomorrow. Come on, let's just check it out.
No way, forget it. Look, will you put it back?
Come on, man, let's at least just check it out.
We can't. What if we get caught?
Believe me, we won't get caught. Look, if you don't tell, and if I don't tell, who's gonna know?
I don't think we should.
What, are you afraid or something?
No, I'm not afraid. I just don't think it's a great idea.
If that scares you, I'd hate to see you on some survival trip. See you around, buddy. And thanks.
Okay, we'll check it out. But if you tell anyone, I swear.
Relax, Andrew. Everything will be fine.
Here it is. It's a test, all right, complete with answers.
Okay, now how do we get a copy?
Copy?
A copy, man. How else am I gonna pass this thing?
You press this and this.
Okay, now what?
You click on OK.
All right. You want a copy?
No way. You can cheat if you want to. That's your business.
Oh, no. What happened? Oh, can't believe it.
Alex, dear, whatever's wrong?
Look at this thing. It's completely ruined. I'm a failure.
Oh, nonsense. Trying doesn't make you a failure. Cake is a little charred.
I wanted my business to work, and I thought it could. Except now I'm behind in my schoolwork. I'll never have the baking done by tomorrow.
Maybe you just tried to do too much at once, dear.
What am I going to tell Mrs. Petrie about her dessert?
Plain old chocolate cake.
What are you talking about?
I mean that you and I are going to make Mrs. Petrie the best dessert she's ever had in her life. Chocolate cake, simple and quick.
Probably won't even do that right.
Go to the cupboard, Alex, and hand me a mix.
A mix? I thought that you made your chocolate cake from scratch.
Oh, well, let's just call that our little secret, shall we?
Here, take it. Let's get out of here. Oh, hi, Mr. Alstrom.
Hello, Andrew.
Hi, Mr. Alstrom.
Sean?
Andrew was just showing me how he enters the minutes. But I gotta get going, so I'll
Yeah,
see you later.
We'll see you. Oh, Andrew.
I forgot the disc. What is it?
Just me. Dinner's ready.
Oh, no thanks, Aunt Agnes. I really have to study for this history test. I'm not hungry anyway. I'll grab something later.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'll see you later.
Well, all right. But there's plenty of turkey in the fridge if you want to make a sandwich.
Thanks. Hello? Oh, hi, Mr. Turco. It's Andrew. Great, thanks. Is Sean there? Sean, it's Andrew. What's up is I think I left the disk in the computer. What if Mr. Alstrom finds it? Are you sure? I can't remember. Maybe I did put the disk back. No, I don't want the answers. Forget it. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, so your political evolution essays will be due on Friday. And I will have yesterday's test results for you tomorrow.
Hey, Andrew, that test yesterday, in the bag. I feel terrific.
Speak for yourself. I think this stinks. I've never been so nervous in my life.
Don't worry about it. It's all...
Andrew and Sean, what if you'd stay behind a minute? I'd like to talk to you.
Well, what's up, Mr. Alstrom?
Well, Sean, I have some good news, and I have some bad news. The good news is you got 98% on your history test. Andrew, you did almost as well with 90%.
All right, that's great.
Well, I suppose that I would think it was great, too, if it wasn't for this. This is the bad news. I assume you forgot to put it back where you found it. Am I correct?
Look, I've never seen that before.
I'm sorry, sir. It's my fault.
Look, I try to be as understanding as possible. But in my classroom, cheating is a very serious offense, and I don't take it lightly.
Look, sir, Andrew was just trying to show off. He wanted to show me how he could do anything with the computer, even copy an exam. I'm new around here, so I guess I just wanted to fit in.
That's not good enough, Sean. Number one, you both get 0 on the test. Number 2, you can forget the survival trip.
But, sir, you can't do that. You can't give me a 0. I have a deal with my dad.
I'm very sorry, believe me. Now you're free to go. Andrew? The worst thing about cheating is that it's a breach of trust.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mrs. Petrie. Great. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. And Agnes, Mrs. Petrie loves the cake, and she wants me to make another one for her daughter's 3rd birthday next month. She said I could put little teddy bears on it. You know, her daughter likes that kind of thing.
That's wonderful, Alex. Now, could you give me a hand with these groceries?
But that's not all. 3 other mothers called and want me to do cakes for their kids' birthdays, too. Oh, and I made up a schedule so I won't get behind in my homework.
Good for you. Now, I'm very proud of you. I'm sure your father would be, too. Andrew?
Yeah?
Well, come in and say hello, dear.
I don't have time to say hello. I have a lot to do.
Well, what about dinner? I'm just about to make it.
I'm not hungry. Anyway, I'm sick of Alex's mess in the kitchen. Makes me lose my appetite.
Thanks a lot, Andrew.
Excuse me for a moment, dear. Time to find out what's going on. Could you put those away for me, please? Would you like to talk?
There's nothing to talk about.
Oh, I think there is. There is obviously something very wrong. You haven't been yourself for days. And now you're furious at both Alex and I for no reason. What is the matter?
What do you care? All you're interested in is Alex and her stupid cakes.
Oh, now that's not fair, Andrew.
I got caught cheating on Mr. Alstrom's exam.
You what? Andrew, how could you... Why would you do that?
I don't know.
You don't know. Were you that afraid you wouldn't pass the test?
No.
Well, then why did you cheat?
I didn't cheat. Really. I did it for someone else.
Andrew, you're not making much sense.
I got the answers off the computer, but not for me. For Sean.
Sean. I knew he'd be involved in this. I knew there was something rotten in Denmark the minute he started paying you for doing his work. Why would you give the answers to Sean?
He didn't think he could pass without them. I thought I was helping him. I liked him. And I wanted him to like me, to be my friend.
So much that you were willing to cheat for him? Oh, I just don't believe it. Andrew, a real friend would never ask you to do something like that in the first place.
I didn't want him to think I was chicken. There's no way a wimp should be going on a survival trip.
You'll be lucky if you survive this, Andrew.
It wasn't worth it. I know that now, but it's too late. How am I ever going to face Mr. Alstrom again? What am I going to do?
Well, first of all, you're going to have to apologize to him. And you know, I think that money you made helping Sean should go to help somebody else. I'm sure some charity would be more than grateful to receive it.
All of it?
Every cent.
I guess I really blew it, didn't I?
Yes, I guess you did. But maybe you've learned a lesson. The hard way.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Andrew! Hey, man, what's up?
Not much.
You won't believe it. I still got the dirt bike. My dad wasn't too pleased with the zero, but, you know, he thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah, it was really funny, Sean.
Hey, come on. You're not still mad at me, are you? Hey, listen. I'm the new kid around here. I can't start messing up yet.
Yeah, I guess not.
Besides, Mr. Alstrom loves you. You've got nothing to worry about.
Here. This doesn't belong to me.
I've got plenty of jackets at home. Keep it.
I can't. Doesn't fit me anyway.
Fine. Have it your way. See you around.
Yeah. See you.
No big deal to me.
Dear Aunt Agnes,
Coming up on Access Network, find out what trouble that crazy toad has got into today on Wind in the Willows.
the children just wouldn't be good. If you will stay, you will come and stay. You'll be the best and a girl ever had. Dear Aunt Agnes, won't you come and stay? Dear Aunt Agnes, won't you come and stay? Dear Aunt Agnes, won't you come and stay? Dear Aunt Agnes, won't you come and